I believe that God has put us on the right spot, Bethlehem, at the right time, with the right team of people and the right friend, right stars of Bethlehem, to make this a success story. It's high time for good news to come out of Palestine. This is good news coming out of Bethlehem. It was in Bethlehem that hope was born. It was Bethlehem today need that hope. Bethlehem gave the world Jesus. It's high time for the world to give Bethlehem a just peace.
Bright Stars of Bethlehem has made a lot around here possible. I'm looking out and I'm looking in, and I can see that with your help and your support, what we are doing here is something that is good for young people, good for education, good for the arts, good for culture, and good for humanity and peace in general. And we want every one of you to be part of this adventure that is an ongoing, beautiful adventure.
This place is work in progress. Imagine if 15 years down the road, our graduate of al-Kalima University, they will be the future peacemakers, they will be the future artists and musicians and filmmakers who are going to transform the face of Palestine through their art. This is exactly our vision for the future of this country. This is the little town of Bethlehem. It's where the whole message of peace first heard. But today it's a city with lots of challenges. It's a city with over 50% of the population are young people under 18 years old. These are children and young people at risk. But it's a city actually that cries for justice, for peace, for hope.
Their reality is a reality hungry for hope. Thoughtful tourism, authentic tourism, is a powerful force for peace, and as we know, there can be no peace without real justice.
Palestinians are challenged every day by different systems of oppression and how to basically not only survive but thrive.
Yes, we are limited with our circumstances, the walls, the restrictions, but no one can put walls on our mind and our perceptions, our perspective for a better future for our generation and for the next generation to come.
I want to make a difference in this world. If I have hope, I like to give people hope and say it's going to take time, but we got this. Let's just hold on to hope.
Good evening and welcome to this year's Gala in support of Bright Stars of Bethlehem. I thank you so much for joining us this evening, whether you are here at Covenant Presbyterian Church here in Charlotte or at one of the many watch parties across the country or in individual spaces. We welcome you and thank you for your support of this important endeavor. It is my honor to welcome you on behalf of the elders and the congregation and the whole staff here at Covenant in Charlotte. We are proud partners of Bright Stars and the important work that is going on in Bethlehem. We will begin our evening tonight with a word of prayer. As we approach God in prayer, we're also going to take a moment in silence where we remember those who have been slaughtered in Gaza, as well as many other senseless deaths across our globe. Will you please join me in prayer? For your grace, O God, we are so deeply grateful. And we pray that this evening you would stir our hearts with generosity, with resilience, and with hope. Through Christ our Lord we pray. Amen.
Hi, thank you so much, Bob. So I am the Executive Director of Bright Stars of Bethlehem, Tracy Ortman. And Bob, again, thank you for starting us off tonight and for hosting us in this beautiful church. We appreciate your congregation as has walked with us and continues to do this difficult work. Thank you specifically to your entire team who have made sure that they've spent countless hours and perfected this evening. A special hello to all of our Solidarity watch parties who are across the United States. We have 8 groups joining us virtually. There are 2 in Arizona, 2 in Minnesota, 2 in Illinois, including our new group at Emmanuel Lutheran Church, and another brand new group in Tennessee. We're very excited to have you with us. As a reminder to everybody here and everybody online, you have time to buy raffle tickets. You don't have much time, though. Those only go until 8:30 Eastern, and you have about 25 minutes. Get those devices out and buy your tickets. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on these items. Almost everything is directly from Palestine with our DAK students' handiwork. And make sure you keep those devices handy because later in the program, we will get to our paddle raise. That's when you can really show your support. For those of you here in person, there are QR codes on your table. You will find them on the sheets. You can scan those later. For anyone joining us virtually, you can find it on the screen later in the evening, and you can scan that and give. It is really easy to do. Trust me, we will not let you miss this opportunity to support our mission. And we are here for that mission to support Dar al-Kalima University, the first and only university of arts, culture, and design in all of Palestine. Because at Bright Stars of Bethlehem, hope is what we do. We know it's hard to remain hopeful, especially as you watch the news and see the horrors of what is happening in Gaza and the West Bank. But holding on to hope is what we need right now. We will hear more about hope from our visionary leader, Reverend Dr. Mitri Rahab, and he will share that news a little later with us. We also will have our special guest speaker, Rick Steves, who will join us later directly from his home in Washington. Now sit back and relax as we share inspiring stories from Palestine.
Palestinians, especially young Palestinians, are too smart, and the country is too small. And we have huge unemployment in the country. Some, with their great talent, are here being given the chance to monetize their knowledge, to earn their own living, and eventually to employ people. We are here at Rami Zahi Khoury's hub, a unique hub in Palestine. It's so exciting because it gives me great hope. It energizes me greatly. And also, I hope so that they can work freely and, above all, creatively.
Art therapy comes as a tool to express the unexpressed, but in ways that are non-verbal. So let's say you have a PTSD, and usually PTSD states cannot be easily described in words. So you are stuck in your feelings. But art and music therapy comes as an alternative where you can express these thoughts or these emotions without actually saying them, but maybe drawing them or playing them on the piano or on another instrument. So it's a non-verbal way to escape from these negative states. The combination of virtual reality and music to reduce anxiety. Other students are working on different types of drama therapy. Another student is working on mandala, combining mandala and music therapy to reduce specific depression.
I teach 3D design, and I focus on growing character in students and in fashion design as well. I'm studying MA, Masters, also at al-Kalima University in art therapy. Practicing the art therapy at the university while teaching, the warring has also affected us. Students have a lot of effect on their psychological well-being. As teaching, we need to focus on them to be healed, or at least to make them have a nice journey and relax during these difficult situations. The university gives the student a chance to express themselves, their character, their personality, to be creative without any boundaries.
Tourism in Bethlehem is the major field because about 70% of the economy in Bethlehem depends on tourism. The al-Kalima is focusing on art and culture, so the culture is very important. We have to focus on the culture tourism. And the culinary art is one of the activities of the major product for the culture. Last semester we started in a project which is culinary tourism. We train them how to develop a tourism product through the culinary art, through farming, cooking, and learning about traditional meals that could be served to foreigners or tourists.
Well, the new hospitality center gives me a lot of opportunities when it comes to customer service, learning new recipes, whether it was Western or Eastern. One of the other things that I find good, which is the knife skills, being able to tell which herb is this and that by the smell or the taste.
Young Palestinians can be vibrant shapers in the art and culture fields if given the supportive track to success for artists and students. We see a future through this university.
I'm proud and happy to be associated with al-Kalima, and proud and not proud, but more grateful to the board of Bright Stars for what they have done so far. You are good and committed people. There is still some humanity left in humanity. And I always like to repeat, the diamonds are made under pressure. And we have a mine of diamonds in this little country called Palestine.
Good evening. It's great to be with you this evening here at Covenant. We have here many great friends. Bob, thank you for hosting us tonight. Thank you for friendship over many years. It's great to be back here in this space and to see so many friends who came from near and far. Wow, I mean, what we have been able to accomplish last year is unbelievable. In a normal situation, this would have been a major achievement. But to do it in Palestine, under such circumstances, actually is nothing but a miracle. It is really a miracle to be able to inaugurate this entrepreneurship and innovation hub, meaning we don't want our students to sit there waiting for somebody to hire them, but we want them actually to develop their own business ideas and then to do them so that they have not only income, but they can also employ others. And you saw the Hospitality Educational Center. I mean, a state-of-the-art building, nothing like that is in Palestine. And we can't wait to have all of you be there and to see it, to taste the food, and just to have the ambiance of that place work on you. This is the vision. but we come also from a very difficult reality. Gaza is in the news all the time. Now, over 700 days, actually, we witness there a genocide as we speak. When you think of Gaza, I think you see those pictures of Gaza being wiped out. This picture, what you see up there, this is how Gaza used to look like 2 years ago, and the picture down is how it looks now. Israel just erased Gaza. Everything. Now, this is something you see in the news sometimes, not always here in the States. But for me, when I think of Gaza, I think of our staff. We have 36 people on staff living in Gaza, living this genocide day after day. You hear about the starvation in Gaza. You know, when I talk to our staff, for now over 700 days, they did not have any meat or chicken. For 700 days, they didn't have any fresh fruit or fresh vegetables. If they can get some food, it's really from cans they get. And on daily basis, we see kids actually dying from starvation. This actually at a time when there are over 2,000 trucks loaded with food, waiting just on the outside of Gaza to be allowed in by Israel, and Israel is not allowing them in because Israel is using starvation as a weapon. When you see this destruction, it's not only the buildings, it's not only the stones. You know, our whole cultural heritage actually is what Israel wants to erase. Imagine a 1,200 years old mosque that was built actually before the time of the Crusaders, destroyed. Imagine of all the old buildings here on the East Coast, when the first settlers came, if all of this, what you are proud of, is gone. It's as if you were not there, as if you don't have any history, if you don't have any culture. This is actually what is being done in Gaza these days. But it's not only that. Israel has destroyed all 14 universities operating in Gaza and over 70% of all schools. Imagine now kids, your kids, we have here 2 kids, who imagine them being without school for over 2 years. What this does to young people. Among the 14 universities that were destroyed, al-Kalima campus in Gaza was destroyed as well, actually during Holy Week last year, over a year ago. This was a place actually full with culture. Every week we had a cultural event. Every month we had art exhibition. We have all these young, creative artists from Gaza doing great art. Think all the artwork also destroyed. We had over 200 pieces of art at our campus when Israel bombed it. It's not only the building, it's this artwork that our students and our teachers did, they were proud of. That's part of them. It's gone. And many people maybe are not aware that there is also a small Christian community in Gaza. They used to be like 1,400, now they are down to around 600 only. 600 Christians actually live in the 2 churches And you can see in the picture, actually, Israel bombed the church the third time just a month ago. And several people were killed, many were injured. What we are experiencing in Gaza with the Christian community there, this decade will be the last decade where with Christians in Gaza. Christianity will be extinct from Gaza in this decade. For us, this is very tough because Gaza used to be one of the major mission hubs in Palestine. Many missionaries went out of Gaza to proclaim the good news into the whole world. The first monastery in the Middle East, in Palestine, was started in Gaza already in the 4th century. Saint Hilarion, if you heard of him. He was a Gazan, a native Gazan, and he started there the first Palestinian monastery. All of this history is being erased as we speak. Last week, when Israel now is bombing Gaza City, this is where the Christian community live, the Christian community said, we are not leaving. We are not leaving. Where to? Where to leave? There is no actually safe place in Gaza. They said we will remain there. If we need to die, we want to die in our churches. So this is the reality that we come from. And if you were a child today growing up in Gaza, this is actually what you will experience. In the last 15 years, the children in Gaza experienced 5 wars and now the genocide, which means every 3rd year there is a war in Gaza. What does this do to the mental health of young people? You heard about our master in art and music therapy. This is so much needed because I'm not sure where to start with all of this traumatization that has been going on in Gaza. But it's not only Gaza. Actually, the West Bank as well is experiencing lots of challenges. For example, restrictions of travel. Bethlehem has 56 checkpoints around our city. So we cannot leave Bethlehem without going through one of these checkpoints where you have to stand and to wait for sometimes an hour for the Israeli military just to get you out. So a 10 minutes drive can take now 4 or 5 hours. And with no tourism coming to Bethlehem, you can imagine the dire economic situation. Hotels are empty, restaurants are empty, souvenir shops are empty. And this on the top of that many actually Palestinians cannot go anymore to work in Jerusalem or in Israel. And last but not least, we see how the Bible is being weaponized against us. You know, you hear all the time about the promised land, the chosen people, and now even doing genocide in the name of God, which you can see by Netanyahu calling us the Amalekite, and that God is calling actually the Israelite to get rid and kill all the Amalekites, man, woman, children, young, old. And this is why, as a theologian, one of the most important work is we need actually to make sure that the Bible will continue to be good news. It's not bad news. It's not a call for genocide. It's a call for hope. It's a call for justice. It's a call for peace. And this is why my last book that came out just 2 weeks ago is called Theology After Gaza. We need to make sure really that the Bible will not be weaponized for political reasons, but the Bible will continue to be the good news, not for one group, because God is not tribal, but for all groups, because we know Christ came for the whole world and not just for one tribe. At this moment, I would like to welcome a good friend of us, Rick Steve, who is on the West Coast, and he's joining us from there. Rick, so good to see you here with us virtually this evening.
Mitri, it's a delight to be with you. I'm honored to be have an opportunity to help inspire people to be inspired by the work of you and Dar al-Kalima.
Rick, you are really the tourism guy. Everyone, when they want to travel, they look up to you because they know you have the most wonderful and meaningful trips. You understand tourism actually as a tool of peace. And you have been to Bethlehem. We met there many years ago. Since then, you became passionate about Palestine and about Bethlehem. So last year, you were ready to sponsor our project, Palestine is my Valentine. Thank you for that.
And we had a great success in that, and I think that's just exposing people to the good work that Dar al-Kalima is doing. And for me, I've had the advantage of traveling to the Holy Land, of walking through the Holy Land with inspiring people like you. And it just underlines the importance of us focusing on the humanity of Palestine. And, I was thinking as I was preparing to talk a few minutes today with this gathering, of what travel is for me, and it's kind of a Hajj. I think that's how you say the Muslim concept of the pilgrimage to Mecca. And I'm also tuned into the idea that the world is just an amazing, wonderful place. If we get to know it, we become less fearful and more connected. And I just wish every American had the opportunity that I've had to walk in the Holy Land with a dual narrative approach. Many Americans go to the Holy Land and they get a one narrative approach from Israel, and they make a side trip to Bethlehem and back to the perceived safety of Israel. And we need for Americans to understand the reality of living in the West Bank or being a Palestinian in this amazing corner of our world. So I like Muhammad's quote, don't tell me how educated you are, tell me how much you've traveled. So I'll take just a couple minutes, Mitri, and talk about my impressions of Palestine and why I care enough about Palestine to be a friend of Dar al-Kalima. The memory I have from being in Palestine in the West Bank was people standing with their flag, just joyful to say, welcome to Palestine. It's the land, it's the heritage, it's the culture. And you were just talking about how that is being erased by what's going on in Gaza right now. For Americans to understand the context, there's roughly 2 million people in Gaza. There's roughly 4 million Palestinians in the West Bank. That means roughly 6 million Palestinians in the Holy Land, sharing that with Israel. And today, 1/3 of that number, 2 million people, are living in desperation, in famine conditions. It's important for us to remember the complexity of this Holy Land. For 1/3 of humanity, Jerusalem is a very holy place, overlapping the sacred real estate of Jews, of Muslims, and of Christians. And I was struck by the fact that as a Christian going to the Holy Land, you could bicycle from where we believe Jesus was born in Bethlehem to where Jesus was crucified in Jerusalem in about 20 minutes in normal times. And when you travel in the countryside around Bethlehem, as you know, Mitri, right now we're entering into the olive harvest time. And that connection to the land to me is really symbolized by the importance of the olive tree. Late September, I understand in Palestine, the schools close, the kids get out of school, the families go into the fields, and it's a festival as they harvest the olives. For the Palestinians, the olive tree is the poor person's tree. It gives without taking. And it's been growing on what they call the biblical terraces, terraced 2,000 years ago, so the land can be planted and harvested. It's such a joyful time. And Palestinians today say that the olive tree is planted by grandfathers for us to eat, and we plant it for our grandchildren to eat. This is a good example of how the land is so beloved, and it represents both the past and the future. And I'll never forget dropping in on a community olive press as all these proud and happy families were bringing their freshly harvested olives in. They were being pressed, and this golden oil was pouring out, and it was a festival of life. That's the potential of the Holy Land. And today we've got this harsh reality. It's a treasured and beloved land. There's so much power in being able to bring communities together. But right now, the reality of 4 million people in the West Bank, no control of borders, no control of the water, no control of the internet, no waterfront anywhere, no airport. It really is like 4 million people living in a cage. And I heard a lot of people in Israel complaining that Palestinians raise their children to hate Israel. And I talked to Palestinians about that, and they said, no, it's our challenge to raise kids that do not hate Israel. When you live in a cage, the default is to not get along with the people who built that cage. Well, we're dealing now with a tragic situation in Gaza, and we've got to acknowledge that the horrific attacks on October 7, 2023 by Hamas are indefensible. And from Israel right now, funded by the United States, is an overreaction. And to me, this is creating a crisis that is unprecedented. And I, as an American taxpayer, feel responsible to a certain degree for what's going on in Gaza right now. Because I've got this philosophical or ethical understanding that for every Israeli bomb that falls and for every Israeli bullet that flies, my name is on it. 2 million people today are living in desperation and famine, and I am haunted by this. I cannot take a shower without thinking about people in Palestine who have no water. I cannot throw away an old and overripe banana without thinking about how people in Palestine would scramble for that banana. I cannot enjoy a peaceful, quiet night without waking up and thinking about what would the reality be if I was running from the bombs and sleeping under tarps and not knowing where I'd be tomorrow. We cannot have a safe and stable Israel unless there's peace and justice in the Middle East, and that means dignity and hope and security for Palestine as well as Israel. This is a prerequisite. And if we're going to secure a free Palestine, we need to recognize there's no easy answer, but we need to engage. Thankfully, with each religion, love thy neighbor is a tenet. And I think Dar al-Kalima is all about love thy neighbor. And for me to help contribute, rebuild Gaza, to help there be hope and dignity in Palestine, I'm so thankful that we have Dar al-Kalima and the work of Reverend Dr. Ametri Raheb that we can support. So that's my traveler's context for this. And I'm so thankful that I've got the opportunity through Bright Stars of Bethlehem to empower Ametri and Dar al-Kalima in the work that they do now, both in the West Bank and in Gaza, that I think is more important than ever, and also more the responsibility of caring Americans than ever to help power.
Rick, Rick, thank you for these words. Indeed, love your neighbor is really what Dar al-Kalima is all about. This 2 days ago, the United Nations General Assembly met and overwhelmingly actually recognized the state of Palestine. Unfortunately, only 10 countries voted against that. Israel is one, and guess who's the other one? It's indeed, there is so much work to be done here in the U.S. in terms of awareness, because the U.S. Actually maybe is the only country who has leverage to help solve the problem, to end this genocide, to end the occupation, and unfortunately they are hesitant. But thanks God that we have people like you who continue to speak up, who continue to do awareness, and especially continue to take people to visit there. And I hope next year, not in Jerusalem, next year in Bethlehem, we will have you with groups coming to be at our new Hospitality Educational Center, and not only to run where Jesus walked, which most of the tours do. And I keep telling them, why are you looking for the living among the dead? He is not there. He is risen, and this is why he is to be found among his people. And so this is what we really want, and we hope with your support we can support the tourism industry in Bethlehem so people can have life, can have dignity, can have income, but also can meet the wonderful American people that keep visiting us, because the people in America are once they understand the situation, they are the best supporters we have. And we have this evening many of them actually all over the country praying for Palestine, supporting Palestine, and supporting Dar al-Kalima University. Rick, thank you for taking the time to be with us, and I know you have still a last word to tell us.
Yes, Mitri, and I too hope and pray for the day when tourism is back, and it's a huge industry of people going to the Holy Land as part of their faith vacations, and I love it to go to the Holy Land, to be inspired, and I just think it is so fundamental that we approach the Holy Land with what tour guides call a dual narrative approach. Talk to people on both sides of the wall and have that great experience. And I'm so thankful for the inspiration and the great travel experiences I've had using Bethlehem as my home. And I do want to just kind of remind people that we're here today to help raise funds for Dar al-Kalima. And I'm really a good example of an American who cares but doesn't quite know for sure what's the most practical and safe and good stewardship kind of way to help support your work. And Bright Stars of Bethlehem is really an answer to a prayer, because Bright Stars of Bethlehem is intimately connected with you, Metri, and Dar al-Kalima, but they're an American organization. We can give directly to Bright Stars of Bethlehem, and we can know that all of our money will get to your work in Bethlehem. So the work of Bright Stars of Bethlehem and the work of Metri and Dar al-Kalima, I don't see it as a charity. I see it as a service that we can invest in, because we want a more just and a more peaceful world. And there are many, many good philanthropic causes, but for me this is quite special because I've been there. I've seen Dar al-Kalima. I've seen the faces of the children in the theater, in the basketball court. Metri, remember you and I went to the basketball game? That was so much fun. In the classes, I've seen your calm and steady and wise and Christ-inspired leadership. And I know intimately, because of my awareness of economic and political and military realities, that the United States is a stakeholder in the destruction that's going on right now. And as taxpayers, we're part of that. So this is a very good way for us to make a difference in this troubled land right now. It's in so many cases around the world when there are sectarian problems, radicals on either side, they want to blow the reasonable middle into the radicalized corners. And with what's going on in Gaza today, the risk is that the moderate middle, the majority of the people that want to live together, they're being pushed to the fringe. And with the work of Dar al-Kalima, we have calm, we have love, we have dignity, and we have hope. We raised more than $250,000 just in the last season with hundreds of individuals that were able to respond to our last initiative. And I love the way that Dar al-Kalima and Bright Stars of Bethlehem can be flexible with the situation. We couldn't anticipate exactly what the reality would be in Gaza. So of the $250,000 that we raised, half of that was allocated to provide scholarships to students, And the other half has been held back to rebuild the Gaza Training Center when it's safe to start that construction. For me, that's a big comfort because I want to be a good steward of the money that I put together to support your work in the Holy Land. But I want to remind people, this is how prayers are answered. This is how our love gets traction. And this is an investment, a practical investment in a peaceful and a stable future for the Holy Land and a way to build tomorrow's leaders in Palestine. And when we think of the great religions that share this area, Jewish, Muslim, and Christian, we've got to remember that if you believe in a God, and all of us in these religions do, then all of us are children of that Heavenly Father, and that makes all of us neighbors. And when we help each other, we're helping the family. When we help each other, we're helping our neighbors. And if you believe in a God, there's nothing about proximity that relates to love your neighbor. Suffering, hunger, fear, need, dignity, joy, love, they're just as real across the sea as they are across the street. And if we want to get some extra bang for our buck, our philanthropic buck right now, to be able to channel that money, that support, those contributions to the Holy Land, to Palestine, to Gaza, there's no better place to put our money. So I'm just so thankful, Mitri, to be able to contribute to your work and your school. We're bringing hope and we're bringing dignity. And when we look at the faces of the students that you work with, we can see the face of God, and we can feel good because we're all children of that Heavenly Father and we're all on the same team. So I hope everybody here is inspired to dig deep. I'm going to, for sure. And we want to help Dar al-Kalima be able to do its work. Thanks again to Mitri's work and to all the good people at Bright Stars of Bethlehem and the people watching right now.
Thank you, Rick, for being such a Thank you, Rick, for being such a great friend and great supporter. And in the name of our students and teachers, I would like to thank you for all what you do, not only for Palestine, but for the whole world. Thank you.
God willing, I will see you soon in Bethlehem, Metri.
Next year in Bethlehem.
My name is Luciana. I'm studying culture and sustainable tourism.
My name is Naiba Abish, and I study interior design.
My name is Dora Litin, and I am a culinary arts student.
Greetings, my name is Wasim Tahoun, major in music.
My name is Natalie Amaya, I'm from Bethlehem. I'm studying interior design at al-Kalima University.
My name is Reem Sholi, I'm 18. And I'm studying DEK fashion design.
Hello, my name is Shah. I'm studying tourism and culture management.
My name is Ryan. I'm studying culinary arts, and this is my first year.
Art as resistance has always been there. The use of art in resistance is a very deep subject that has been going for decades in history here in Palestine, and there is always forms of art in cinema, drawing, music, and songs. That's a form of resistance in art.
I know a lot of aspects about design and how to create and be creative, and I think that sticks to the mind and my heart.
You should do your dream. Even if there's an occupation, even if there's a lot of restrictions, you should do what you want and what you love.
To become a successful chef, because my goal is to master different cuisines and one day open my own restaurant.
I will make my family proud of me. So I want to share our story, our culture. Everything here in Bethlehem is special. We have a story, and I really love being a Palestinian. I want to share it and to share my country's name.
I want to create a story for my life, not just live.
Chris, I'm so glad you're able to join us this year, especially after you ditched us last year.
All right, so I did. Yeah, but COVID had a whole different idea last year. Yeah.
Really did.
Anyways, I am super happy to be with you this year. I took a year off for COVID. I thought that would be kind of fun. But I'm a chef. I'm not an auctioneer. I'm not somebody who does this all the time. But you may be asking at this point, so why am I standing up here? And the reason is because I believe so strongly in the mission of DAK. I've been there. I have worked with the chefs. I have cooked with the students. I've eaten their food. I've shared their culture. I've looked into their eyes and seen hope, which is so powerful. I even am getting WhatsApps on my phone now from one of the students who's about to graduate, and he's like, hey, could you help me maybe go somewhere and work? So it goes on. But you know, I have seen hope firsthand there, and I hope many of you get to do that someday. But the one thing I haven't seen is that restaurant. It wasn't done when I was there last time, but you saw it.
I did.
And?
I saw it in March. Okay, now I need you to do this with me.
Yeah.
Okay, picture
I'm ready
it.
to go. Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful 360-degree glass dome that looks out over the region. Stunning, especially when stars come out at night. And the most amazing food you will ever eat. Very important. You won't eat for days when you come back because it's so good and so much food.
I would expect nothing less than that, because when I ate there, I think I put a few pounds on. Yeah, for sure. Some of you may not know, but I was in culinary education for 20 years. And I have seen firsthand the power of education. I have seen lives changed in front of me. I know that education is hope, and hope is the future. Today we need more hope than ever, as you've seen. And tonight, we need you. We need you in this room. We need you who are joining us virtually to fuel that hope. Every one of you. So tonight, we're going to get started with our paddle race in just a minute, but I don't want you to think about dollars. I want you to think about the privilege of being able to give hope, because that's why we're here. But first, before we get going, and we're going to need some energy in this room, before we get going, some details. Go.
I've got them for you, Chris. So Mitri has done the hard work for us. He set the vision, he set the path, and he's got more resilience than all of us combined. Now it's our turn. We get the easy part, which is to raise the dollars. Okay, we're gonna get started.
Hey!
Yeah, there we go. Now remember what I said earlier to everybody, including those at home. Get your device handy. Get them out. You'll need them in a minute. Okay, everybody got them out? Find your QR code on your screen for those of you who are at home, and for those here, find it on the table. They're on those nice sheets. Scan it, okay? Everybody got it?
I see some good scanning happening, yes.
Okay, The key is when we get to the level that you want to support, you just type in your details, you press that button, and you give. Give big, okay? It's really that simple.
All right, are we ready to start? Yes, yes. Oh, by the way, those of you joining in the parties, around the country, please, you can clap right along with us. And those of you who are at home, just go ahead. You can clap with us. That would be really great. We'll feel that love. All right, we have a bunch of levels that we're going to talk about. But before we get going, can we just talk a little bit about where we are in terms of what we've raised so far?
I think we can. So we had a lot of people who gave before we even got started. We have a lot of generous donors. We've raised a lot. Last time I checked, we were well over $212,000. But I haven't seen that thermometer recently.
I think we'll see it in a minute.
I'm sure we will.
212. Our goal tonight, ready for this, is 385. So we're gonna need some love here. All right, we're gonna need some love here. Good. All right. Our first level tonight is the $20,000 level. This is the love level. And love's a really important word. We've used it a lot tonight. I need a couple of people right now in this room joining us virtually around the country. If you can do this, this will move us substantially towards that goal of 385. Right now, that's going to give us a big jump. If you find that ability, if you can do that, now is the time we need that. And we have had 2 people who have already donated at that. We have 2 couples, one from California and one from Massachusetts, who have already decided to do that. So please think about that. By the way, what does 20,000 get you?
20,000 can support a teacher or a staff member for a year. We know that for these students to keep getting the amazing education they have, they need the support of the staff. Yep. Dig deep, help us support that staff.
Dig deep, please, please, please. All right, so next we're gonna move to the $15,000 level. 15,000, now this is the faith level, $15,000. Now, $15,000, we already have one person who's given at $15,000, but this is where we need those donations right now, because those sort of bigger numbers, and I know those sound like a lot of money, but those bigger numbers are gonna help to move us towards that goal of 385, because this is all about hope. How's that doing over there?
You know what? I think we needed some inspiration is what we were hearing.
Yes.
Our goal is sitting at about 212 right now. We know that you can dig deep and give now.
Let's go, please. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
We need a little energy in this room would be fantastic.
To those people.
Think about what that 15,000 is going to do. Think about those young people who rely on us to give them the funds to be able to have DAK fulfill that mission that they do. Please. All right, let's go on. Next level, $10,000. This is the inspiration level, $10,000. But please, I just want to throw this out there because it's really important. For everybody in this room, for those of you who are joining us online, if we're at the $10,000 level and you're like, oh man, I wanted to do 20,000, but it went past already. We'll take that 20,000 anytime you want to put it in there. And in fact, if you're like, oh, what the heck, let's just do 30, that would be really welcomed also. So the point of the matter is we will take any money anytime. So even now, if you're like, this is what I think I want to do, don't wait. Just start putting it in there, please, so we can track it and it hits our thermometer, okay? Cool? Cool? Yes? Come on.
Hey, there we go.
Come on. Think of the difference you're going to make. All right, what can we do with $10,000?
We can do a lot with $10,000. So one of the things we are doing, all this beautiful footage that you've seen in these videos throughout the night is from an amazing DAK graduate, Luai. So you're seeing the product of the university, and how stunning was that footage? So $10,000 can help support things like buying new film equipment so our students can continue to work at that level. We have students going to the Cannes Film Festival. This is important. You can support this work.
Wasn't that a great video before? Think about that. You can help support that. All right. So we have right now 2 gifts at the level of 10,000. One couple from Arizona, one couple from Kansas. So whoever you are, thank you. And Tracy has been working around the clock to get this all done, so she deserves a lot of credit here. Last night she got a phone call at 10 30 at night, like you do.
You do. Around the
Right?
gala, you get calls all kinds of times. And it was a great call. Let me tell you, when I was surprised, I was really surprised. We had a donor who said, you know, I'm a loyal supporter. I've been a little sick, haven't been able to get my check in the mail. And I wanted to call you to make sure you could count this in your total tomorrow night. I'm mailing a check to you for $10,000. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. I almost fell over in my hotel room. That was an amazing surprise. And we hope a lot of you will surprise us tonight.
If anybody wants to donate late tonight, I will give you Tracy's cell number.
I'll answer.
All right, $10,000. So please, if this is a number that you can do, if this is a number that you can do online at those watch parties, please, this is the time we need a few of those. Please go ahead and be generous. I think Rick said it really well. We need people to really step up and be generous tonight. Tonight is that night. Okay. $5,000 level is next. And this is the resilience level, resilience. And we already have 4 donors. Think about that. That's 20,000. That helps. That helps a lot. What does 5,000 do? 5,000 will basically is the equivalent of just about 1 tuition for 1 student. So think about if you were to give $5,000 right now, what could that do? Have you looked into the eyes of a student whose life is truly being changed? Because it's not the same as somebody kind of, going to college here. It's different. When you're there, it's different. You are giving a future in a place that needs hope and future. Think about that 5,000, please. And we can give a little round of applause and get going.
Yeah.
Energy. Come on. If you are joining us online, please be clapping. All right. Perseverance level, $2,500.
Okay, before we go any farther,
yes,
we have some really amazing news that I am very excited to share. Okay, so at this level, we have matching funds of nearly $60,000 from several supporters. They've been dedicated supporters for years, including the John J. and Frank Sparaccio Foundation, and David and Lisa McCarty, and then Covenant Presbyterian, where we are hosted tonight. Again, that's $60,000 in matching funds that'll match donations dollar for dollar.
Okay, so what that basically means is if you give $2,500 right now, grab your phones, come on, this is the time. If you're going to give $2,500 right now, that becomes $5,000. Got it? Yeah.
There we go.
I want you to recognize how good my math skills are. Okay. So think about what that $2,500 can do. We already have 3 people ahead of time who have donated at that $2,500 perseverance level. I can see that. I can't read it.
Yeah, and while we're waiting for people to use those thumbs, you can fill out those forms. But the thermometer has risen. We are up to $246,000.
Come on, guys. Think about that.
We are well on our way.
Think about that. We got a $60,000 matching sitting out there. So all of you and all of you joining us right now, everything you do right now is being doubled, and that is going to move us significantly towards our goal, 60,000 plus. All right? $2,500. Okay, we are now moving onto the $1,000 brilliance level. $1,000. Again, think about $1,000, double it. Your donation is now 2. We have 6 donors already who have donated ahead of time. This is the time. Grab your phones. This is it right now. Please think about, can you join us at the $1,000 level? Because that makes a huge, huge difference. Moving on, $500. This is the peace level, and we all need some peace right now. But what could $500, what does that look like? I taught culinary classes. I know how much food costs. You can't teach a culinary class without food. $500 is a significant donation to help bring the food in so our students can learn all the culinary skills that they need to do. So this is that time, $500. Think about doing that right now. Next. $250 creativity. Oh, how we do? Holy smokes! That just
I know.
That did a big jump. What are we at?
Over $300,000.
Come on!
We are almost to $310,000.
We're getting so close. This is the time when every one of these is going to do this, and we're going to get there. I see people grabbing your phones. Thank you.
We have
Let's
shining
go.
stars out there who are making a difference.
All right, $250 is our next level. This is the creativity level. This would buy how many books, roughly?
At least 10 books for the library.
Perfect. All right, $250. Can you do that? By the way, the matching is still going on. That's a $500. Got it? We've been through this. All right, good. All right, our last level tonight is $100, and this is the hope level. Now, I just want to ask everybody, do me a favor, take your phones out right now. Everybody take your phones out. Everybody joining us online, take your phone out. So if you've already given, I'm going to ask you to do one thing for me right now. For us, for DAK. Put a $100 donation in. Just 100. If you haven't donated, I would ask you to think about that $100 right now, which becomes 200. There are about 1,000 people tonight who are joining us around the country. 1,000 people. If 200 people put $100 in, and that's doubled, that's $40,000. That's only a fifth of the people who are joining us tonight. Can you do it? Can you put that last $100 in? And if that feels like a lot, put 50 in. Put something in. Because it's moving the dial forward, or I guess the thermometer.
The thermometer. You can be the hope with us. This is what we've talked about all evening. Be the hope. And I think we have another update on this thermometer.
Where are we at?
It is at, hold on, $317,000 and rising.
And rising. And there is a lag.
There is a lag. We will see more donations come in, but if you are still waiting, don't wait any longer. Get that donation in.
Please, get it in. Think about that $100.
Chris, I think we've done some great work here, and we will continue to see that thermometer rise. Don't you worry. We're going to hit that goal because we know more checks are coming on the way. And if you are somebody who wants to write out one of those checks you don't really like to give on your phone, that's okay. You go ahead and send them. We'll be waiting.
Or call Tracy at 11 tonight.
I'll answer it. I expect at least 10 phone calls at 11 o'clock tonight. Well, Chris, thank you so much. I'm going to let you take a break.
Thank you, thank you. Thanks, everybody.
And we're to the really fun part of our night. So I would like to invite Andrew Watts, our board chair and president, and Linda Edens, our board vice chair, up to the stage so we can get to this fun part, which is announcing the raffle winners. We know you've all been waiting for this. Come on up. I think you've got some nice envelopes there for us.
This is the fun part.
It is the fun part.
If I can first, I just want to say thanks to everybody here, online, watch party or individual. Just speaking on behalf of Bright Stars and the board, this is such an amazing organization. I feel so lucky to be a part of it and to do the work. Thank you all for coming and joining us and seeing about the amazing work that my good friend Mitchie is doing and all the people at DAK. And seeing the faces of the students, which is either on video or in person, is really what we're all about here. And bringing them hope, bringing them education, and yeah, I love it.
It's a privilege.
Okay. It really is. I'd love to get to these first raffle winners because I think it's a fan favorite, isn't it?
It is a fan favorite. It is our spice baskets straight from Palestine, so you can do all that amazing cooking. And we have 3 winners for that one.
Andrew, do you think you can announce these for us?
I will do it. Yes, I will. The first winner, forgive me my pronunciation, some of these, Maysoon Afanea. Afnea? Maysoon Afanea. Clap.
Congratulations. Yeah, this is exciting. Who's our second?
The second winner, Cheryl Mayo.
It's a much easier name to pronounce.
Much easier for me. The third winner is Lauren Morse-Went.
Wonderful.
So congratulations to the 3 of you.
We'll send those baskets to you soon. And our next one up is our puzzle. It is a wooden puzzle that is the old city of Jerusalem. It is very cool. If you haven't seen it, it's over on the table. And it comes with a cactus cup. It's a 3D sculpted cup, so you can have your tea or your coffee in the morning.
Okay.
Who do we have for the winner on that one?
We sure do. Here you go.
And that winner is Cheryl Mayo.
Congratulations,
Whoa, we
Cheryl.
like
You're
Cheryl.
on a roll. Linda, maybe she wins the next one too. Let's see.
Okay, the next one is our candlesticks. They are made out of olive wood. If you saw them over on the table, they are beautiful, and they come with a table runner. This is one of my favorites, so let's see what happens.
Cheryl? No, I'm kidding. Nancy Fowler.
Congratulations,
Congratulations.
Nancy. Our next one, okay, this one is really special. And I know we say that about all the items, but this one is a box. It is hand-painted. It is one of the last items that came from our Gaza campus before it was destroyed. Nancy pulled this box out when we were at DAK and handed it to me and said, "You need to take this back for people to see." And it comes with a men's wallet. It is just beautiful. You won't find these boxes anywhere else. So I'm excited for whoever won this one.
Here you go.
And the winner is Thomas Johnson.
Congratulations, Thomas.
Okay, our next item is a beautiful coffee tray that's also on the table there. It comes with a bag of Yemeni coffee and a Palestine mug.
The winner is Sharon Lindberg.
Congratulations, Sharon.
This is Spanish.
Yes. Okay, the next one, all the ladies in the room and online, you will love this one. It is a round black purse, goes with everything, embroidered. It's beautiful. Who's winning that purse?
Cheryl Persiegel. Persiegel? Persiegel, P-E-R-S.
Persiegel.
Persiegel.
Congratulations, Cheryl.
Okay, another great gift for a woman or for a man wanting to give it to someone special. It's a woman's scarf and a lady's wallet made out of leather and hand-painted beautifully on the top.
Winner is Joe Lucas.
Congratulations, Joe, who I think is tuning in tonight. Okay, so the necklace is up next. If you've not been over to the table, okay, I know most of you can't see this, but I have a very similar necklace. Mine is a watermelon, and these are hand-laid stones in a mosaic pattern. The one we have over there is kind of earth tones and is symbolic of the land and the Jordan River. It is gorgeous. You are going to love this piece. Who's our winner?
Sue Ferran.
Sue! Sue, we're bringing it back for you. I'll drop it at your house.
Okay, the next gift is our only non-Palestinian gift. It is Apple products. We have an iPad and AirPods, so you can watch the Gala again off of YouTube. You can listen to Mitri's webinars whenever you want, wherever you want.
And that goes to Lisa DeWolf.
Congratulations, Lisa. Okay, we are down to our last item. It is another set of jewelry. It's a pair of earrings and a bracelet. They're olive leaves. Again, that beautiful mosaic. Who is our final raffle winner?
And the final winner is Eugene Orr.
Congratulations, Eugene. And Andrew and Linda, I'm going to thank you for your time and send you on back.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everyone.
Tracy. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, guys, I have a lot of people to thank, so hang in there. We have had an amazing night. We appreciate everybody who's here. On behalf of Bright Stars of Bethlehem, we can't possibly thank you enough, but we are going to try. Pastor Bob and everyone here at Covenant Presbyterian, thank you. We are incredibly grateful for the ways you supported our mission, raising awareness and support for al-Kalima University, the first and only university for arts, culture, and design in all of Palestine. A special thank you to you, Mitri, for being here with us tonight and sharing the realities of life in Palestine, no matter how hard they are. And Rick Steves, thank you for having the heart of a true humanitarian and standing with us in our vision for every person in Palestine to have life in abundance. It's with powerful voices like yours and Mitri's that real change can begin. To our Bright Stars of Bethlehem board members, staff, and Chef Chris, your hard work tonight made everything possible. To our production and broadcast teams, thank you for bringing this event to life. And most importantly, thank you to all of you, our supporters. For those who are here in person, those who have joined us virtually, and those who have walked with us for years. And those who are here for the first time, we really appreciate it. If you are joining us, you are new for the first time tonight and were inspired, you can learn more about Bright Stars of Bethlehem by following us on Facebook or Instagram or visiting brightstarsofbethlehem.org. You can also sign up for our newsletter to receive monthly updates on everything that's happening at DAK. Tonight's gala has been recorded and will be available next week, which we will send out in our newsletter, and it will also remain on our website, so go watch it again. Donations to support the gala will be accepted through September 30th. I told you that thermometer is gonna rise. We're gonna keep going, so get excited when we come back to announce the total with you. We'll announce it well after we end tonight. And thank you so much for being with us here. And as always, hope is what we do. Have a wonderful evening and good night.